Hello everybody, this is Tony from Two Copper Pieces, the beardless one, with Stormbringer, issue 14, 13, 12 and 11. Bundling it all together at once because I've got so many of these to get through now that I'm just going to put them all together so I can get to the painting a bit more quickly rather than trying to spin each of these out. Obviously these videos are probably going to get a bit samey after a while. This one's very special though, because as you can see in this package I received a mug where when you add heat to it, it shows you a couple of pictures. Thanks Games Workshop, I am indeed a child. To be fair, I'm collecting tiny little figurines, so they're not too far off to think I'd be impressed by that. But, I am impressed by some childish things and not others. So what can I say? I'm hard to please. And now, in this video, I'm going to be flying through the books. I'm going to be flicking through all the pages so you can kind of see what's there. If you want to slow it down, you can. But I'm just going to be flicking through them. I'm not going to be reading the lore. Also, just so you know, I've recently joined the Golden Lemon Network, a network of excellent creators who have lots of different channels to do with miniature painting and crafting and stuff like that. If you want to get on board with the Golden Lemon Network and interact with us and stuff like that, it's affiliated with Don Serratos, who's an excellent painter who's got lots of great advice, lots of great videos. You'll find the link to the Discord below, and you should also check out other videos by them because, we're a good, talented bunch of people. So see what we've got to offer. But yeah, with these videos, I'm going to be putting together the minis and just flicking through the books. Yep, episode 13, paint. Or issue 13, I should say. That'll be an easy one to demo. At least I won't have to do any painting. As you can see there, finally get to add red and white to the minis we got in issue 2. At which point they still won't be finished because, well, they'll be base coated. They won't be anywhere near finished. Issue 13, and we still have unfinished minis from episode 1 or issue 1. I mean, I don't. I've got a lot of finished minis because I've just been painting them how I like to paint them, but you know. Now, I'll be using the same method or approach to putting the minis together as I've shown you previously. So just snip them out, lay them out in the correct places according to their numbers in the guide, and that will be really easy for you to follow. Now, you'll see here I've started putting together this beast skewer killbow, which is like a big ballista, which looks really cool and is quite annoying to put together because you've got to put all these tiny little bits together like Lego, and you've got to kind of glue them as you go along so they stay in place, and yet you can't be certain that they're at quite the pieces are at quite the right angles to fit into everything. So yeah, you just have to kind of glue and hope that you get it right, which is really fun because, everyone wants to have to maybe occasionally pull something apart that they've glued together to readjust it or cut it and make those adjustments. That sounds great. Why can't you just cast the models? Just please cast the models, Games Workshop. You used to do it with pewter. Come on, you know how casting works. Oh well. Now, here's a chariot, which was it's just a lot more sturdy than the ballista, which is great. The griffins look good. The griffins pulling the chariot. The two dudes that are riding the chariot and firing off arrows and generally looking like they're going into battle, riding a chariot looking in completely different directions to the way the chariot's going, and one of them's brandishing an axe like he's going to be able to do anything useful with it, or a hammer maybe. Looks good though. It's very dynamic, very fun. It's a shame that the base has nothing on it, so sand and rocks I guess we'll have to do. But yeah, there you go. Now you'll just see there I've skipped over the painting one because I'm not going to paint those minis right now. I think I've already painted those mini. There's a couple of test ones that I've kept aside that I was going to plan on following the instructions of, but obviously the instructions in the book are very elaborately explained. Put paint on the minis in the right place, color in the right things, the right color. This bit here, I slowed it down because I know I've been flying through it, but I slowed this down to show you how fiddly and annoying this is. A tiny little piece of cape, which is about 2mm by 4mm, that has to slot into a groove just behind a piece's arm, that if I didn't put it there, I don't think you would even notice there was anything wrong with it. And I just, it had no push fit attachment. Why was that not already part of that piece? There's 5 bits like that in this, with just little bits of cape or little bits of cloth, not plastic cloth, not real cloth that can slot into a position. And my fingers are too big to put them in place. And I don't want to use tiny little tweezers to put a little tiny bit of plastic over another tiny bit of plastic, and you can't, it doesn't look any better for it. What are you doing, Games Workshop? Why are you doing this to me? Anyway, as you can see, the final pieces look pretty good. They're going to look great with paint on them, lots of great details. I hope that I don't start breaking bits off when I'm dry brushing them, because that I can see that very easily happening with this ballista, for example, those thin wispy bits. And also on the chariot, there's a guy with a longbow. Again, very thin bits of plastic where the bow attaches. And quite a few thin bits here, and these are all kind of awkwardly put together. So hope you